Hello there and welcome to my battle tutorial for the Matchless Kung Fu. In this video I'm going to give you a quick overview about how combat in this game works, how you can optimize it, and I hope that by the end of this video you're going to have some fun punching and slapping and stabbing some dudes, or monkeys in our case, because these will be our victims for our tests. So first up I want to explain the combat mechanics themselves. So we're going to that monkey and we're going to battle here. So battle works as follows. When the combat starts, you see here the attacks that your enemy wants to do. Here you see your own moves that you can do. Over here you see your vigor, which is your combat energy. When it runs out you start to take internal injuries, and over here is the enemy's vigor. Our goal is to deplete that bar. Down here we have a couple of special moves that all get available once we have activated enough tokens with the according symbols. So for example, for this here we would need to string up 3 swords in a row, and then we get this done. Our goal is now to activate moves that counter the enemy's moves. So as we can see with this, punches do counter the enemy's kicks. If you manage to counter more than 50% of the enemy's moves, you go into counterattack mode, where the enemy will do nothing against your attacks. If you don't counter your enemy, your blow will go versus the enemy's attack, and it will mostly fizzle, where both parties take minimal damage. So if you can't outright counter, so we see if we can't take punches, we could now take against these kicks the slaps or the daggers, because these are neutral towards the kicks, as you can see from the diagram. But we should not take swords, because if we would do so, the enemy would counter us. So this is how this works. So the optimal turn would be 3 punches and then 2 swords to counter the enemy's entire move, but it is not needed anymore, as after the 3rd counter we can do whatever we want. So this is the basic idea, what we want to do. Now up to the mechanics. We can here string up symbols together. So in this scenario we want these punches. So you pick up 1 punch, hold down the left mouse button, hover over to this, and as you see there, we have now different icons here still left. So I want to explain these real quickly, but I want to showcase here real fast. Here, up here, you see the red line crossing these through. That is the counter. And after that, the red X's, these are the moves that the enemy wanted to do, but he's unable to do because we countered the hell out of them. So up here, that's the def move. If you string this up to the punches, you will get 2 more punches next turn, or how high you have it you have it skilled. So this is basically a move to bring more of the symbols that you want to have on the field for the next turn. This one allows us to go from one move to the other, because mind you one thing, once I pick up the fist, you see that the other moves here disappear. If I now want to do something else after the fists, I can go into the Omni move and start stringing up something else. That is basically our combinator between 2 different attack types. And this is a transformator. This, if we pick it up, so here, boom, 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 it also allows us to transform another tile into whatever is on the label. So in this scenario, we can now transform one of the other attacks into another punch. So ideally one of those swords. Boom. And all of a sudden new symbols appear. This is because of the mechanics down here. Combo move and surprise move. So once you manage to string up 4 in a row of the same attack, you generate new attacks. That's the combo move mechanic. Once you have 3 different attack types in a row, you trigger the surprise move. Let me show you real quick. Like this, and boom, like that. Triggers also new tokens. Your goal in each turn is to string up as many attacks as possible while countering the enemy. That is pretty much what it is, my friends. The combat is then focused around, let's do this like that, activating the skills that you have equipped and beating the enemy without getting hit too much yourself. This is the basics of combat. Now, the tokens that you interact with, here you see how many of each kind you have in your deck. You draw a certain number of moves each turn, but you can't draw them all, as you see. This is literally deck building. So here, in our current situation, we have a roughly 33-ish% chance that it will be one of these three moves. We only have one slap because you basically can't unskill the slap, and we don't have any daggers because I have no daggers equipped. So if you want to erase one of the attack types out of your build, you can erase the swords or the daggers by unequipping your gear here. That's that. The other part is, let's move over to another sit, and now look at these numbers while I do this. The numbers go down like crazy. The tokens, the attack tokens that you have available are directly linked to the costs of your attacks. This is what it is. These attacks give you tokens to move to fight with, which means your skills that you select are directly influencing what kind of attacks you will have available on the battlefield. In a nutshell, what's really important is that you avoid getting into only 2 attack types, ideally 3 or 4, depending on your playstyle. Should be definitely in there to be able to counter the enemy. And yeah, that's how the combat system works, and I hope this was the quick tutorial that you were hoping for, because now you know how combat works. It's really easy like that. The most complicated part about it is to get the proper symbols at the proper time, but yeah, that's what the deck building is about. And I hope you guys are enjoying slapping monkeys and whatever you have on your kill list, my friends. So, yeah, I have nothing more to say. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comment section. Leave a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and check out the description box. Feel free to support my channel. Thanks if you do, and thanks for watching. It's been my pleasure. See you around another time. Bye-bye.